Welcome back to another live here from Pawn Expo 2019. With me, I have Dickie Smith from Dick's Pawn Shop. Welcome, brother.
Thank you, Yigal.
Thank you so much for being here. I've always wanted to talk to you. Wanted to get you on the show.
You have.
So this is the live for the Pawn Expo, but I got to get you on the podcast as well, only because, one, you've got 5 shops.
Yes.
A lot of people talk about how beautiful your stores are, how well run your stores are,
Thank you.
they're about 20,000 square feet.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So let's quickly talk about your history. What got you into the pawn business?
Well, I'm in the Myrtle Beach area, and my family was in the hotel business. So we, about the last thing in the world, I was going into the pawn shop business. But I used to sell rooms, and I cut my teeth kind of selling old rooms.
Okay.
And somehow that led to going into my father thought I'd be good in this business. So he helped me get started when I was 26 years old.
Oh, wow.
So I've been in it 33 years and learned a hell of a lot.
So you went from the hotel business.
Yeah.
So did you see a pawn shop? Did you walk into a pawn shop and say, this is what I want to do?
My father had a cousin that was doing it and went in there and kind of seen all the action, and it was addictive.
All right.
I just said, hey, I need to do this.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. So let's talk about the big footprints real quick. Why the big footprints? A lot of people have 3,000, 4,000, 8,000 square foot. You got 20,000.
Well, we're in Vegas, okay, so I can relate to that just a little bit. Myrtle Beach is a tourist town.
Okay.
Okay, so we do a tremendous jewelry business, and I have we cater to a lot of women buying jewelry. Okay, so just like Vegas, Myrtle Beach is a place where the bigger the better, the more you pull in. So the stores they stand out and they're big because we're trying to pull tourists into the stores, not to do loans, but to actually hopefully buy jewelry.
Buy merchandise.
Yes.
Love that.
Jewelry mostly,
yeah.
and women, and we've done a good job with that. But at the same time, the big stores offer you a lot of room to store merchandise, and if you're in this business, you can never have enough room.
Yeah, I agree.
Never.
I agree. So what's been the hard part? 5 stores, large locations. I'm sure every pawnbroker has a moment they were like, oh, why am I doing this? Right? I got to get out of this business. It might be today for you.
Yeah.
But like what's been that moment for you, and what got you over that moment to continue?
Yeah, I've had those moments. Okay, I won't deny that. But as far as the hardest part, what I've found with multiple locations is trying to get everybody consistent. Okay,
Love that.
And communication is key to the whole deal. So the better you can communicate between the 5 stores, and we have phone systems that are cloud-based where we can literally hit 4 digits and call another store, page another store from another store. We use group texts. We use to-go meetings twice a week to communicate with different groups that we have. We do title loans. I have a title loan group. We have pawn brokers. We have jewelry associates. We have back office people. So we do these to-go things with them so that we are getting better communication so that we can be more consistent.
Love that. So I'm a big fan of the word consistent.
Yes.
I think that it's imperative. It's super important to be consistent so that you can grow and you're not enslaved into the business. Because if you're not consistent, then you're picking up falling pieces all the time.
Well, and that's right. If you got this store doing it a little bit different. In the early days, I've been doing this 33 years. So in the early days, especially when we were going from 1 to 2 stores, we would go to a store and they would be doing it totally different here than they were doing it there. So, and as we grew 3, then we grew 4, then we grew 5, it even became harder. So again, that is the hardest part of what I see with multiple locations.
So stay consistent.
Paperwork, pens, everything you do, it needs to be the same. So that the way you train, the way you teach, your standards you set for your people, and how you make them accountable. Every part of it needs to be consistent if you want to run a good operation.
Now, a lot of people, I'm just going to kind of throw this in. We'll go back to you. A lot of people say, coming out to the MPA, it's expensive, it's Vegas. But if you sit down with one or two pawnbrokers, have a conversation, get one, gold nugget like you just gave, it's worth the investment. It's worth everything for that. Why have you decided to be a part of an organization, come to these things?
We look for literally one or two takeaways from any event we go to. Okay. And if I could just get one takeaway, sometimes I'm in a focus group also, and I got a takeaway from them last year, and it's generating about $500,000 in income.
Amazing.
So you never know what you're going to get. It's one of the best takeaways we ever had. I won't share it on air, but
yeah,
it's still everything that, as we've grown, the takeaways have been the key to everything. And if you could just get one or two takeaways per trip, whatever you're doing, and you can implement them and make them work for you, then eventually you'll have one hell of a sweet operation.
Awesome. Love it. Dickie, thank you so much for being on the show. I appreciate you.
Oh, you're welcome. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. So check out, if you're ever in Myrtle Beach, check out the stores. I've got to go out there and check them out.
Please come.
As well. Let me see who's on just to say hello. We've got Susan Shelton. She says that she visits your shop every time she's in Myrtle Beach.
Thank you, Susan.
Paul Batson, Scott Tiemann, Renee Lemus, Jason, James, Joe, James Starn says, hi, Dickie.
Oh, hey, James. What's going on, buddy?
So this is live. We're live right now. So people are watching. If you guys have any questions for Dickie, shoot them in here and we'll get them answered. If not, stay tuned. We have a lot more guests coming on. I'm also going to walk around in the next minute with my phone and go live to show what vendors are here. And
it's a great show. Anybody listening to this podcast, you're here. There's a lot of good to learn. Yeah.
Love it.